Ethan, with me.
No, ma'am. Captain's gonna need my help to get to the command center.
Damn you both.
One of my favorite things about the very much disliked Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was the third revision of the enhanced tactical humanoid, better known as Ethan. Now, Ethan was designed to be a one-of-a-kind tactical soldier robot, capable of human responses and emotions. This made him significantly more advanced than the standard C6 robot that came before him, which appear to be mindless drones that appear throughout the game and are used by the SDF, which are the rival faction or the rivals in the campaign mode. The world crafted in Infinite Warfare seemed to be dedicated to future warfare. Very advanced future warfare, actually. And one of the things that caused the most fear and really the most danger in the world was how these robots were used. They are big, powerful, and ruthless. They are built to kill, and sometimes swarms of them attack, and really if you can't kill them before they get close to you, then you're most likely dead. I think that's why these robots were so distrusted in the world of Infinite Warfare. When the player is first introduced to Ethan, we may already have preconceived notions about him due to seeing a robot like him kill the UNSA soldiers without mercy at the beginning of the game.
You saved the bullets.
It also doesn't help when others speak bad about the robots or call them mindless, but Ethan was different from any of that, and he would go on to show it throughout the game's story. Most robots in the game are emotionless and follow strict programming, executing orders without thought, hesitation, or personality. Ethan, however, has a self-aware AI, allowing him to think independently, adapt to situations, and express humor and camaraderie.
What's your assignment, drone?
Captain's orders, Staff Sergeant. And it's bot, not drone, but deserving attempted humor, sir.
Don't call me sir, I work for a living. Check your bot, Captain, before I throw him out the airlock.
He cracks jokes, teases his teammates, and lightens the mood on occasion, which is something no other bot really does. I think the humor is such a big part of his personality and his character, and it's something that I personally found myself loving and looking forward to. It was something to distract you from the mess we may have been in or the real tough situations that we were put into. But Ethan also didn't overdo it. He did it when it felt right. Ethan reacted to what was going on around him, what was happening around you in the world. If it was bad, good, or sad, he tried to help as best he could. Once again, maybe it was by cracking a joke or risking his life to help a soldier that was downed, or maybe by suggesting a plan when it was needed. He gave real answers to real issues. He felt a part of the team, and it didn't feel like he was told to be a part of the team. Even if he was, it felt like he wanted to be a part of it because he decided to be. And honestly, it seemed like Ethan felt good when others wanted his help, almost like he felt appreciated. I think that the relationship between Ethan and Captain Reyes is one of the strongest and most emotionally resonant dynamics in the entire game. When Ethan is first introduced to Reyes and his crew, there is initial skepticism about having a combat robot as part of the team. Reyes, like many UNSA soldiers, isn't too trusting of an AI robot, especially on his team, fearing that Ethan is just another soulless machine following programmed orders. However, as the story unfolds, Ethan earns Reyes' trust by saving his life, demonstrating tactical intelligence, bravery, and a willingness to put himself in harm's way. Their friendship would grow naturally, and Reyes started treating him as an equal rather than just as a piece of technology. By mid-game, Reyes no longer saw Ethan as a machine, but as a brother in arms, especially as Ethan tried to comfort Reyes in a moment where it appeared they were both going to die.
Oxygen depleted.
Captain, your suit.
Took a hit in the cockpit. Left arm's torn.
Unsettling report, sir.
Oxygen depleted.
Captain, I can't stop it. What do I do?
Let it go, Ethan.
I can't, sir. You're my commanding officer, Captain. My mission is you.
Oxygen level critical.
Who says?
Oh, I'm hardware, sir. Ultimately expendable.
Oh, no. You're my brother, Ethan.
You're talking robot, brother.
Affirmative.
Well, I am the handsome one, sir.
No doubt.
I also think that Ethan's personality shines best in his interactions with Captain Reyes, especially because the captain, who was once cold towards Ethan, began to crack jokes back, showing that he fully accepted Ethan as part of the team. The growth in their relationship was also one of my favorite things about the game, and really how it evolved. Ethan not only changed the perspective of the Retribution or of Captain Reyes, but also of the player who maybe didn't trust him either. It honestly was very fun and authentic to see him grow and feel a part of the team. I thoroughly enjoyed that throughout the game. And I'm not fully sure what inspired Infinity Ward to craft the character of Ethan. I would assume maybe that some movies did it, and some that deal with robots showing more humanity than most human. And there's plenty movies to draw from. I think obviously it's a cool concept, and one movie that came to mind specifically when I thought of a comparison for Ethan was TARS from Interstellar. TARS was a witty, intelligent AI designed to assist humans in high-stakes missions, and he even sacrificed himself to save those he was on the missions with. TARS always felt so human and good, which are traits that he shares with Ethan. And I think that Jeffrey Nordling, the voice actor behind Ethan and the motion capture behind Ethan, deserves all the praise. Because without his voice, without his handling of the character, without his unique take on the character, without the way he delivered his lines, this character wouldn't be as memorable. The voice was perfect, great, and it fit Ethan in a way that I really can't describe. And I think if anybody else would have voiced him, it maybe wouldn't have had the same impact. So I think Jeffrey Nordling absolutely deserves all the credit for this incredible performance. And I thought an interesting part of Ethan's story, or even Infinite Warfare story, was the relationship between Sergeant Omar of the Marines and Ethan. Because unlike Captain Reyes, who had a distrust of robots, Omar kind of hated them due to what they were and how some of them were probably responsible for him losing lots of men in combat. I also saw a comment on a previous video of mine where some felt that the relation between Omar and Ethan didn't feel genuine due to how quickly Omar's opinion shifted. But I believe that it happened because they spent time in actual combat, and Omar saw Ethan be helpful, selfless, intelligent when it came to helping them out. And Ethan didn't take any offense to Omar's insults, but instead kept quiet, respectful, and kept being helpful.
Omar, you're with Salter. Ethan, you're up with me.
Say no drill, Captain. Leave the bot. Take a Marine.
I've chosen my team, Sergeant.
Appreciate the confidence, sir.
The Captain.
Yeah. Let's bring Ethan with us. I want him on the team.
He'll be glad to hear that. He has enormous respect for the Marines.
So he bloody should.
Omar doesn't immediately like him, but he learns that maybe Ethan is different. That's why he requests his assistance in the next mission, almost to give him another trial. Omar would still treat Ethan kind of distant until Ethan kept proving his worth. Eventually, they two would become friends, and when Omar sacrificed his life and died in battle, Ethan grieved him and remembered him as a good man.
Something go wrong with the recon, sir?
We saved lives out there, Ethan. But there were some problems.
What kind of problems, ma'am?
Staff Sergeant Omar didn't make it, Ethan.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
One thing I'd like to point out is the part of a 2016 review for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare by PC Gamer. The writer, Tyler Wilde, states, "Call of Duty Infinite Warfare sentimental credit sequence caught me by surprise. Not because my heart was wrenched out. It's just so wistful and self-serious and unearned that I laughed in bafflement of it." Now, I have nothing bad to say about Tyler Wilde. That's his opinion, and it is what it is. I mean, a lot of people disliked the game, and a lot of people liked it. But I would have to say that I personally disagree with it wholeheartedly. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe he's right, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know, and I don't care. But I felt like it was earned to me. Maybe not every single character earned it, but Ethan sure as hell did. And he wasn't even human. That's the beauty of the character, that it made me feel so much. He was an absolute highlight in what was one of my personal favorite Call of Duties ever. The irony of Ethan is how he embodies more humanity than many of the actual human characters in the game. Ethan felt human to me because he embodied bravery, humor, loyalty, sacrifice. Even though he was circuits and metal, his actions and emotions make him more relatable than most flesh and blood characters in the entire franchise. Ethan's final act was of sacrifice. Despite being programmed for survival, Ethan made an independent choice to sacrifice himself for the mission, for his friends, for his team, for his brotherhood. He overrode his own protocols and manually triggered the ship's self-destruction, ensuring that the Olympus Mons would be destroyed and his team would get an upper hand. In his final moments, he remains true to his character, selfless, brave, and even humorous. And as his systems begin shutting down, he reassures Captain Reyes that it was all worth it.
We're behind enemy lines now in the heat of battle. Time is short. You've given an order from which there is likely no return. You did what had to be done. All in. I'm proud of you. You're a born leader, sir. Today was one of the worst days in history, and forgive me for saying it, but it was the greatest day of my life. I did everything I was trained for and more. Together, we fought the good fight. Over Titan, you said we were brothers. I always wanted to know what a family really is. Now I do. Admiral Reyes told me that a soldier is only as good as his last mission. If this is ours, then I can say, with certainty, we were damn good, sir. Better to burn out than it is to rust. Metal One, out.